The Batcave hums with quiet energy as Black Canary settles into the cockpit of one of Batman's specialized jets. She's calm, collected, ready. From her screen, Oracle's voice comes through, crisp and steady. Oracle to Black Canary. The others are in the air. Are you ready? Canary nods, fingers already on the controls. I'm ready, Oracle. In another part of the cave, Alfred pulls a lever to open the hangar. His voice, as always, is dry and perfectly measured. Opening the hangar, Miss Lance? If you'd be so kind as to hit Superman with a missile for me, I'd appreciate it. Canary smiles at the sarcasm. Of course, Alfred. Before she can take off, another voice joins in through her comms. Oracle again, this time with a message from someone else. Canary, Batman would like a word. She frowns slightly. What is it? She asks. Cut to the jet soaring over a forested landscape, its thrusters glowing fiercely. Batman's voice plays over the comms, measured and grave. You'll need to be very careful. The plane is lead-lined, so Superman won't be able to see in. From the cockpit, Canary raises an eyebrow. She applies lipstick with confident precision. And, she presses. Why do I need to be more careful if Superman can't see into your plane? Pause. Then Batman answers with unsettling simplicity. He might think you're me. Superman is caught off guard in midair as a barrage of missiles suddenly locks onto him. Who? He gasps, scanning the skies, just before an enormous explosion engulfs him. The blast tears through his cape, sending him hurtling back in pain. His suit is shredded. Smoke trails from his body as he floats in the aftermath of the blast. His eyes lock onto a small black shape in the distance. Superman clenches his jaw. His voice is low, his heat vision beginning to flare. Bruce. Superman, enraged and already wounded, unleashes his fury. With clenched teeth, he fires his heat vision with all his strength, screaming as the red beams tear through the sky. An enormous explosion follows. The lead-line Batplane is obliterated in a massive burst of fire and debris. Floating amidst the aftermath, Superman surveys the destruction, his cape fluttering in the blast's wake. Suddenly, a high-pitched sonic scream begins to echo. Superman clenches his head in pain, wincing. He groans, barely holding on. Black Canary bursts through the sky like a rocket. Her scream builds as she soars upward, her mouth wide open, eyes locked on the target below. The sonic scream is deafening. Superman is caught in the middle of the blast radius. The screech pierces through the air, rattling even the heavens. He tries to shield himself, but it's too late. Canary is already coming down fast. She slams into him with full force, shrieking into his face at point-blank range. Her canary cry turns into a weaponized roar, and Superman's body jerks violently under the pressure. He tries to fight back, but the scream keeps coming. The two plummet together in a spiraling descent of fury and sound. Their fall is like a bomb dropped from the sky. And then, impact. The earth shakes with the force of a god falling from the heavens. A mushroom cloud erupts on the horizon. Inside the crater left by the devastating impact, Black Canary drags herself to her knees, coughing, bruised but determined. She reaches for her communicator and asks, "Is he down?" Oracle's voice responds in her earpiece, calm but concerned. "Canary, is Superman down?" Canary grits her teeth. "No." Across the battlefield, Superman struggles to get up. His suit is torn, his face bloodied, yet he pushes through the pain. He looks at Dinah with weary eyes and says, "I never wanted to hurt you, Dinah. I never wanted to hurt anyone." But Canary is beyond words. She yells back, furious, "Oh, shut up." Superman steps closer. He looks like a man trying to convince himself more than anyone else. But Dinah won't let him rewrite history. "You want me to feel sorry for you? You're the most powerful thing on Earth. Stop pretending that someone else is to blame. It's pathetic." She steps right into his space, eyes blazing. "You have supervision, Clark. You're telling me you can't see the evil, murdering dictator you've become?" But Dinah doesn't flinch. "I'm just glad Lois died before she saw you like this." Superman's face twists in grief and rage. He grabs her by the throat, snarling, "You don't talk about Lois." Her voice softens, but only slightly as she reminds him, "Do you remember what I told you at Ollie's funeral?" Superman's eyes go wide. The world slows for a heartbeat as he hears the sharp crack of a gunshot. Bang. He looks down in shock. A small hole smolders in the center of this, on his chest, glowing green and hissing with deadly radiation. Black Canary stands firm, smoke curling from the barrel of the pistol in her hand. "Kryptonite bullet," she says coldly. Then without flinching she adds, "You weren't faster than that, Were you? Superman is barely on his feet when Black Canary lands a vicious kick to his face. The force sends him tumbling, crashing into the dirt. He groans, itching, but it's all he can manage. Canary walks toward him, fierce and unwavering. "I told you I'd tear you down," she says coldly. Still holding her smoking gun, she explains with grim clarity, "I missed anything vital on purpose." She's not done. "I promised Batman I'd grant you the mercy you denied Ali, you son of a bit." She stares down at him, eyes blazing with rage and grief. "Everything you've done to him." She kneels beside the weakened Man of Steel, her voice shaking with emotion. "And Bruce still cares about your worthless life." Black Canary stands tall over Superman's broken body. She speaks into her communicator. "Guy, can you hear me?" Far away, in the chaos of an intergalactic war, Guy Gardner answers with a mix of sarcasm and urgency. "Can you speak up? I'm in the middle of an intergalactic war." But when Dinah delivers the news, her voice is calm and resolute. "We did it. Superman is down." Guy Gardner lets out a proud smile and says, "Well done, Dinah. Tell Ganthet to come and get him." Dinah stares at Superman, bruised and barely conscious on the ground. She doesn't hesitate. "Get this evil bastard off of our planet," she commands. And with that, the power of the Yellow Lantern ring begins to surge through the sky, coming to claim the fallen Man of Steel. As the golden streak of light circles through the battlefield, the ring hovers over Superman's battered chest. A robotic voice speaks with eerie authority. "Kal-El of the planet Krypton, you have the ability to instill great fear." Superman's eyes widen. His trembling hand instinctively reaches out as the yellow ring slides onto his finger. Dinah watches in stunned silence, her expression shifting from triumph to dread. Superman groans in pain as the yellow power ring slips onto his finger. Energy surges, and in an instant the ring forms a construct, a giant glowing clamp. With gritted teeth, the construct latches onto his chest. Dinah's eyes widen in panic. "No," she whispers, realizing what he's doing. The clamp tightens around the embedded kryptonite bullet. A searing green glow flares as it makes contact, and then, with a burst of force, it rips the kryptonite out of his body. With a growl, Superman unleashes a searing blast of heat vision, fueled now by both pain and fury. Twin beams of red light erupt from his eyes, burning through the air. Dinah turns, but it's too late. The beams slice through her midsection, the heat so intense it instantly scorches her costume and flesh. She screams, collapsing with a fiery wound across her hip. Her face twists in agony, her eyes wide with disbelief. That pain, it wasn't just physical. It was the realization. Superman had crossed the line. She hits the ground hard, rolling through the dust as smoke rises from her charred side. As smoke rises from Black Canary's wounded body, she struggles to breathe, her hand clutching her side, her voice a fading whisper in the rubble. And then, he descends. Superman stands above her, transformed. His blue suit is gone, replaced by black and gold. The sigil of the House of El now gleams with fear. Yellow energy crackles from the Sinestro core ring pulsing on his finger. His cape flows like a flame behind him, his body radiating raw, terrifying power. His eyes glow red as he glares down at Dinah. "Welcome to the Sinestro core," the power ring says coldly. Black Canary lies bloodied, her lips split, her vision blurred. A faint voice crackles through the comms. "Black Canary? Can you hear me?" But all she can focus on is the heat in the air, and the overwhelming presence floating above her. Superman, no longer the symbol of hope, hovers in the sky, cloaked in yellow flame, radiating terror. The Sinestro insignia glows on his chest. The ring hums with dark power. Dinah forces herself up, trembling, trying to catch her breath. Pain shoots through her body with every movement, but she won't stay down. "Not yet." "Can you hear me?" the voice repeats. She hears it now, barely. Bleeding, bruised, and barely holding herself up, Black Canary smiles through the pain. "You lose," she says with fire in her voice. Superman stares at her, confused, until she lifts her hand and reveals the contact lens on her eyes. "Contact lenses," she says. "They recorded everything." Her eyes fill with tears, not of fear but of conviction. "Everything I saw, they saw." Her smile turns defiant, triumphant. "And I saw the truth." Batman watches silently as Oracle's voice breaks through the tense silence. "Dinah?" Barbara turns to him, eyes wide with realization. "You're being streamed around the world." The scene cuts to a giant screen in the middle of a city, where Superman's face dominates the broadcast. Civilians stop in their tracks, looking up in disbelief. Dinah's voice echoes through the speakers, raw and unwavering. You don't get to hide behind your hero facade any longer. Explosions rage in the background as heroes and soldiers clash in the sky, but the voice continues. You might win this war. You might kill all those who tried to stop you. Superman's image flickers across every screen, no longer the symbol of hope, but a tyrant exposed. Dinah's eyes, bloodied and tearful, don't waver. But everyone will know what you are now, she says. Her voice is weak, but the truth in it cuts deeper than any weapon. They'll know you're not their savior. Superman clenches his fist, eyes burning, the yellow ring on his finger surging with energy. Then, with fury and devastation, he launches into the sky, a god cloaked in fear, not hope. The whole world will fear you. Black Canary lies broken, but her message already echoes around the globe. That was the story, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. See you next time.